Isaac in Romania, and a special hi to all catalysts out there. The video of today has as an objective to teach you how to use the national tracking of team standards. So the first thing is, okay, where is this specific tool? So the National Team Standards Tracker tool, it's on this bit.ly called bit.ly/national tools. And once you enter on it, you are going to see this folder with a lot of files actually, but the only one that we are going to use nationally is this one called National Tracking Team Standards. All the other files are files that we have talked about and that you need to create copy for the local level, like the talent review, the personal development plan tool, the spring recruitment planning tool. So yeah, this one, the national tracking of team standards, is the only one which you actually should use instead of creating a copy for your local folder. But let's see how this tool works. So you see here, this is a tab of an example, and each LC has its own tab where you should put the information about the area of the team and the team name, and everyone should be here. It doesn't matter if it's EP, so like you tracking the implementation of the LCP with the EP. It doesn't matter if it's the VPs with their team leaders. Everything should be tracked here. So what do? You are going to add on the lines. Okay, I have a team on attraction in IGV. So I'm going to put here the area, IGV, and the team name. And you can even add the name of the leader itself so it doesn't confuse you. And then how do you track this tool? You see here that there is statistics and overall implementation statistics, and also statistics of implementation per phase of team standards. And if you go further, you are going to see that it calculates the implementation for each element inside the team standard. Because what this tool does is that it doesn't only say, okay, you need to implement team creation, that's it. It also shows you what are the topics that are inside team creation that people should take into consideration to actually implement these team standards. So what you need to do is that you need to pay attention to the timeline as well. For example, you see here that for team creation, all the building phase, it should happen maximum until the second week of the team. Because you see here, there are some timeline. For example, the team plan should work in the first week, should happen in the first week working together. In the individual plan, which is the part of the team leader with the member itself, should happen in the second week. So you see that the whole building phase should last 2 weeks maximum. So you can also check here in this tool what is really good, what is the timeline of the implementation. That is a really good guide. And then what about the tracking itself? So you're going to see that for most of things, you just answer yes or no. But okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go there, be in a synergy meeting and answer and ask, oh, so did your predecessor give you all the tools and knowledge about running the function? And then the person answer me yes, and that's it. No. It doesn't matter if the team leader answers you yes or no. It's your job as a VPPM or the job of your team standards manager working with the team leader to question these people. Because in team standards, it's not just a matter of if it's being implemented or not, but how it's being implemented. Because there are a lot of things that some people miss sometimes, even in the way of working, the way of implementing, that is influencing how the member is working, how they're actually understanding their teams and the individuals inside the teams. So you're going to see that there are yes or no, but it's our job to go further than that, right? Because we are curious and we want to know more, we want to understand, and we want to improve our processes. And then here, when you go to performing, you are going to see that things should be filled according to numbers. Because for example, in performing, the things, they should happen weekly, monthly, quarterly. So that's why here in this part, you put numbers. So let's say, and then each time that you have the tracking, you increase the numbers. So for example, I had a meeting with this team leader on IGV consideration one. And I had a meeting this week and I was tracking, okay, so did you assign the practical tasks for the members? Where is it? Where is the output? Let me check. How are you tracking it? Okay, you did it. And then let's say that on the next week or 2 weeks from there, I had the meeting again. I was tracking, and yeah, they did it again. And I checked in the MBOs, and yes, the team leader is implementing that. So this is the third week that I'm tracking the implementation of this standard, and the team leader is implementing every week. So I'm going to put here a 3. So you always increase, and then you are going to see that depending on the timeline, the numbers will be different. And there is always going to be a disclaimer here from which number to which number is going to go. So for weekly, implementation goes from 1 to 27. For monthly implementation, goes from 1 to 5, because we're going to have 5 months only until the end of the term. So here you put only numbers. And for this daily part, it's just yes or no, in the sense that we cannot track daily. It's just you checking as PM if the person is actually doing this, using the tools itself with the leaders, with the members, sorry. And then, yeah, you see that in support system, everything is about the numbers, because it's using only numbers because it has a certain amount of times the things need to happen. And then after that, you have the closing. And here also in the closing, there is a very clear timeline of when things should happen. Like, for example, team debrief in the last week, transition in the last 2 or 3 weeks of teamwork. So there is a very, very clear timeline here. And again, you just need to answer yes or no. And according to the path where you go and you fill out the standards itself, the tracking is going, like the percentages, they're going to change. So if I answer here, let me see, yes for all of them, then it's going to show me here the team debrief, how is the situation. And if I answer no to one of them, then it's going to decrease. But yeah, you just need to start filling it, and then the percentages are going to change. And it doesn't even show you, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it even show you what is the LDA implementation percentage, because in one of these topics, you have the fact that, okay, every member has taken the LDA and blah, blah, blah. So you need to answer yes or no, and based on that is going to track how is the implementation of the LDA as well. Yeah, and this was it about the team standards tracking tool. You see that it's very easy. This tool is open for everyone, but only VPs, PM, and the people there, or team standards responsibles inside PM should update this tool. That doesn't mean that other VPs or the team leaders cannot access and check how is the implementation, like what was there. But the idea is for the people on PM to have the control over this tracking. So in a synergy meeting, that's when you are going to fill out how is the implementation going. Hope you guys make good use of it. Let's not forget that this is a very, very important part of our job as PM, and let's keep evolving and aiming for more. Kisses, and see you on the next video.